what do I got? 6 degrees here this morning, south of Buffalo. This is Dick WB2JPQ along with Jeff KE8 or KE0GKF and Vicky KE8 BKY will be your net controllers for this Friday morning. We were talking about a question for the morning brew yesterday during afternoon coffee, and the term weather stations come up. So, boy, how fitting. Let's have a question on weather stations this morning, being so cold in so many parts of the country. But a weather station, I know we used this a year or so ago on the TechNet, but that's our question for today. Do you have a weather station? We've got a couple of things coming up today. Of course, the YouthNet tonight at 8 o'clock. Come join Sal at 8 o'clock for the East Coast Reflector YouthNet. Tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock, 7245, our Ethernet, 7245, and of course tomorrow night at 11 p.m. East Coast time is the East Coast Trivia. And we will be doing the second cup following Jeff's second hour today, so stick around for the second cup and come join Vicky and I and anyone else that wants to jump in here. And we don't ever have a subject. We just talk about what's on your mind and let you ask us questions. So come join us in 2 hours. We got a whole list of check-ins. We got one gentleman, KR4HQV, that checked in a long time ago from Winter Park, Florida. I'm just going to read some names here. We got Roy in Blaisdell, Larry, Randall, Keith, Ray, Mark, Greg, Eric, Jay, Sal, Chuck, Michael, Bill, Zachary, Greg, Brian. Makes it a lot easier just to read the names a lot quicker. Let's see if I have any mobiles. See who we have out running around on this cold morning in many parts of the country. Mobile stations only. Once again, this is Dick, WB2JPQ. Kilo Zulu 4, Juliet November. 4 Juliet November. Kilo Oscar 4, Whiskey Delta Foxtrot, KO4WDF, Lee, Mobile, and Thornton. Whiskey 8, Sierra Tango Juliet. Whiskey 8, Sierra Tango Juliet, Mobile. Good morning. 4, Delta Kilo Juliet 5, Delta Echo Charlie. Uniform Yankee. Kilo Juliet 5, Golf. Uniform Yankee. Golf. KJ5, MLZ. Kilo Juliet 5, Mike Lima Zulu. VK4, Bravo, Yankee, Foxtrot. VK4, V1. Kilo Oscar 4, V Delta Foxtrot. Let me hold up a minute. We only want mobiles. In here. I got Daryl, KC5CZX. Got Bob from Australia, VK4BYF. KJ5MLZ. We got Guy from Harvard, Alabama, W4DEC, W9STJ. Got Lee, W0, KO4WDF. Got Gil from Orlando, and KZ4JN. Were there any other mobiles that I did not recognize? There was quite a few doubles in there. Any other mobiles? Mobiles only, please. Kilo Delta 8, Kilo Juliet 5, Golf Uniform Yankee. Kilo Juliet 5, Golf Uniform Golf. KJ5 MLZ, Kilo Juliet 5, Mike Lima Zulu. 2 Juliet Alpha Mobile, morning. KJ5 NHH, Kilo Juliet 5, November Hotel, Mobile. Everybody's on the road this morning. KJ5MHH, XE2JA, and Keith, KD8ZSK. I think we got everybody else. I think Vicky did a pretty good job. Let's go up to KZ4JN, good morning. And our question once again, you have a weather station.
Good morning, Dick and Vicki and everyone else. Happy Friday. Here in north central Florida, I'm currently reading 60 degrees, and it's looking like it's going to be a pretty day. I do not have a weather station. My neighbor has one that actually broadcasts by Meshtastics. I am picking up his data, and that makes life easier for me. I hope everyone has a great day and an even better weekend. This is Julia November sending it back to you, Dick.
All right. Thank you, sir. How about Gil in Orlando? K4GDS. Good morning, Gil.
Good morning, Dick, Vicki, and everyone on the brew. I personally do not, but after we talked about this yesterday in the Zoom room, I was out walking the dogs, and I happened to notice the guy 2 spots down from me did have one on his RV. So maybe I'll have to give it a shot. K4GDS, back to net.
Thanks, Gil. Be interesting to see. I know we did this, like I said, on the TechNet a year or so ago, but I don't remember what the score was. Good morning to KO4WDF. How about you, Lee? Do you have a weather station? KO4WDF. Lee, are you still with me? One more time. I heard him call in twice. KO4WDF. Lee, are you still with me? Go on to Steve in Rochester, in W8STJ.
Hey, good morning, Dick. Good morning, Vicki. Good morning, everybody here on the Morning Brew. Hopefully it's warmer where you're at than I am. It's like 5 degrees here in Metro Detroit. Answer for me is no, I do not have a weather station. Definitely like to get one someday. Definitely interests me. Hope you all have a safe and blessed day ahead and weekend ahead. This is W8STJ.
As well, Steve. Stay warm. W4DEC, Daniel. W4DEC, Daniel, Knoxville, Tennessee. You still with me? He was one and done as well. How about Guy in Harvest, Alabama, KJ5GUY?
Julia 5, Golf, uniform, Yankee. Harvey, Louisiana, mobile. Answer your question, no weather station. Wouldn't mind having one, but not as of yet. Maybe I'll ask for one for Christmas. Back here, Air Control. Good morning, everybody on the Brew Crew. 7-3, KJ5, Golf, uniform, Yankee.
Very well, might be a nice Christmas weather station. Might be a nice Christmas present. KJ5MLZ. Good morning. How about you?
KJ5MLZ. Good morning, Dick, Vicki, rest of the crew. To answer the question, no, don't have a weather station. Would love to have one. Hope everybody have a great day. KJ5MLZ. Back to you, Net Control.
Maybe another one for our Christmas list. How about you, Bob? VK4BYF.
Good morning, good evening to all. We had one who passed away with old age. And believe it or not, we only got another weather station about 2 weeks ago. So yes, we have a weather station, and it's telling me it's 71 degrees Fahrenheit here at the moment. So it's quite a nice evening. Anyway, best of luck, folks. We'll have a good weekend, and we'll catch up next week. Back to the Brew Crew, VK4, I'll be away.
Daryl in Lubbock, Texas, KC5CZX. Good morning, Daryl.
Well, good morning, Dick, and the rest of the brew. It was a short ride home. Don't take too long. And no weather station. So back to that KC5CZX.
Yes, I know you have a short ride home, Daryl. Good morning to Keith. KD8ZSK. Good morning to everyone. This is KD8ZSK, and I do not have a weather station, but I do have weather station paralysis by analysis. I have not been able to make a decision on making models, so I'm always interested in hearing discussions on those kinds of things. Back to net, KD8ZSK Mobile. Great, thank you, Keith. Let's go to Mexico. Good morning, XE2JA. XE2JA, why don't you try it again? Being heard, Omar. I'll leave you here. I'll come back to you in a minute. Let me go to Jeremy in Conroe, Texas, KJ5NHH.
Morning, Brew Crew. Currently 45 degrees. I'm traveling southwest to Laredo, Texas right now to go hunting. But when I was in the Forest Service, I was a firefighter for the city of Bastrop, and with Texas Forest Service, I had a weather station at that house. But since I have retired from the fire service, I don't have one, but I definitely am looking into getting a new one. This is KJ5NHH Mobile.
Well, maybe today's question will make you hit the button. Let me go back to Omar in Mexico one more time. XE2JA, are you still with me? Nothing. Let's go up to the top of the text check-ins. Lewis, Winter Park, Florida. KR4HQZ. Good morning.
VK1JT, Victor Kilowatt 1, Juicy Tomato.
Taking check-in. Juicy Tomato. KR4HQV. Are you still with us, Lewis? That's what we kind of thought. It was a real old text check-in. Good morning to Roy in Blaisdell, K8BYU.
Everybody on the brew? KA8BYU. No, I don't have a weather station right now. I get most everything I need from Channel 4's weather. I have the app on the phone. That's what I look at. Since it's 8 degrees here, so I think I'm staying inside for a while. Back to you.
Be a good day for that, Roy. I don't think we'll get much above 20 today. Good morning to Larry, KM7CGI.
Brew Crew, yes, I do have a weather station, and it's telling me that we're having a very cold morning here in the desert, 34-degree morning. But promise in the afternoon, we're going up to 65 sunny.
The sunny sounds good, Larry. A nice day. Thanks for stopping by from Arizona. Randall, good morning to you. K8UFM.
Good morning, Dick. Good morning, Vicky. And good morning to all on frequency. That would be a no to a weather station. And with that said, this is KAUFM, back to that control, and everyone have an outstanding day.
Well, you as well. Keith, W9QJQ. What about a weather station, Keith? Good morning. WQJQ. Keith, are you still with me? Good morning. From Keith, good morning to Ray. Beaver, Pennsylvania, N3DQD.
Good morning, Dick, Vicky, the rest of the crew in there this morning. No, I do not have a weather station, but I wanted to apologize to you and Annette. I checked in via text yesterday, and when I was called, I had technical difficulties and wasn't able to get back in, so I do apologize for that. This is N3DQD.
I kind of wondered what happened to you yesterday, Ray. It's unusual for you, but it do happen. Good morning to Mark, KE2EDF.
Dick, good morning, Vicky, and the rest of the crew. And the answer to the question is yes, I do have a weather station. Not very sophisticated, just shows outside temperature, outside humidity, but I do have one. Have a great day, KE2EDF.
Guess we'll have to Google and find out what constitutes a weather station. I don't know if my thermometer will qualify or not. Good morning to VA3GLJ.
Well, good morning, Dick, and good morning to the brewer crew. For a change, it looks like Eden, New York is colder than Cartier, where we currently sit at 16 degrees Fahrenheit or -8. Answer to your question, no. Had one, but it crapped out and haven't bothered to pick up a new one. Everybody have a great Friday and an awesome weekend, and 73 VA3JLJ.
That doesn't happen too often that I'm colder than you. Thank you. Have a nice weekend. VE3XTD, Eric Gravenhurst. Good morning.
Good morning. No weather station here. I do have access to the telemetry on the local government weather station, so I can't see the point in spending the money.
Well, no, it is for Eric. Jay in Orlando. Oh, Jay, tell us how warm it's going to be in Orlando today.
Well, good morning, Dick, Vicky, and everybody on the Morning Brew. This is K1MCO. 65 degrees this morning when I woke up and came to work. Know that New York is extremely cold this morning. Weather station, fascinating subject, Dick. I don't have one, but I'm looking forward to buy me one. I know that they advertise heavily on the social media, but yeah, it's a great tool to have on the at the house. Send it back to you. Have a great Friday, and I hope everybody got a good one as well. This is K1MCO.
Hey, thank you, Jay. Heard you on a little bit earlier. Good morning to Sal, W2SAL.
Vicky's Brew Crew. I have a temperature sensor, and that's it, just like Mark does. It's telling me it's a balmy 9 degrees here in downtown Cheektowaga. With that, I'll send it back for net control. We'll talk to you all later. W2SAL clear.
Thank you. Good morning to Chuck, Newcastle, Pennsylvania. Bet you it's cold down there, W3 CVE.
Dick, Vicky, and everybody on the brew there. 4 degrees, Dick. And no weather station here. I rely on Alexa. And with that, have a great day and a great weekend. W3 CVE.
4 degrees, Chuck. Pretty chilly down there. Good morning to Michael, KF8 EBV, Farmington Hills, Michigan. KF8 EBV. Michael, are you still with me?
I am, Dick. Not sure what happened there. I didn't hear you. But I do have a weather station. It's critical and telling me that it's cold outside in Michigan. So not much more useful than that. But back to you. Have a good weekend. KF8EBV.
That's all they have to tell you this morning, that it's cold, right? I thought I saw you come up, but key up, Michael, but I don't know what did happen there. I can't... You're there now. That's all that counts. Bill, Woodstock, Georgia. Good morning, Bill. KI4EGQ.
Yeah, good morning, Dick, and the rest of the brew crew. No, I do not have a weather station. Someone mentioned, yeah, they are kind of, expensive there, some of them. But, there's enough airports and official stations, within 10, 20 miles in various directions to get a good sampling of what's going on out there. So haven't really needed one. But, who knows? Maybe down the road. But no, don't have one now. Hope everybody has a great day and a great weekend. K4EGQ.
You as well, Bill, in Woodstock, Georgia. 3 more text check-ins, and we'll go to radio check-ins here this morning. I'll put Zachary in Kissimmee, Florida. KI6KQO. Good morning.
Good morning, Dick, Jeff, and Vicky. KI6KQO here, Central Florida. Yes, I do have a weather station, and I do enjoy the information very much. Everyone have a blessed weekend. I'll send it back to you, Dick, KI6KQO.
Thank you. Have a nice weekend as well. KB3EYR. Let's go back to Pennsylvania, where I'm sure it's pretty chilly.
Good morning, Dick. Good morning, Vicky. This is KB3EYR. And affirmative to the question. I do have a weather station that's nothing fancy, but it gets the job done. And 23 degrees here in Pennsylvania, so cold, but not as cold as some other places. I hope everybody has a great day and a great weekend. Back to net control.
Got you down for a yes. Last on this list of text check-ins is Brian in Corfu, New York. KE2FBT. Good morning, Brian.
Good morning, everyone out there in Radio Land. I do have a weather station where it says mostly clear and 6 degrees. I wish it...
Dropped out abruptly, but we got you as a yes. We got a whole bunch of text check-ins that are on the log here that just came in. I'm not going to read them all. If you texted in, we got you. You've got an acknowledgement back, that's for sure. Let me get to some radio check-ins here this morning. Kind of people waiting here. So anybody anywhere this morning, twice as slowly, let's try to pile up if we can. This is Dick, WB2JPQ. Twice and slowly, as Scott says.
Alpha 5 Juliet Whiskey Alpha 5 Juliet Whiskey Mobile.
Kilo Uniform 2 Quebec, KU2Q.
VE3 Kilo Tango 5 Bravo Tango X-Ray, Kilo Tango 5 Bravo Tango X-Ray, in and out.
KY4 BPA, Kilo Yankee 4 Bravo Papa Alpha.
Whiskey Delta 8 Papa India Charlie, WD8 PIC.
N2BH. WHK.
KE2 Echo Delta, KE2 ED.
Juliet 2 PME Kilo Delta 2 Papa Mike Echo.
This is KJ5 VIT. This is Matthew of Philadelphia. Good morning.
VE3 DAC on Echo Link. This is Victor Echo 3 Delta Alpha Charlie.
AC3 UUK. Kilo Charlie 3 Uniform Kilo. Kilo Charlie 3 Uniform Kilo.
All right, let me hold up here for a minute. Good morning to Dan, W2PUC. I know we had you on the text line. We got Brent at Pensacola, Florida. We got HCJ that just popped up. AC3UUK, AJ5DIT, AD2PME. Got Chris, KE2EED. W8WHK, and he's coming up in a different color this morning. Happy birthday, Bill, in North Fort Myers. We'll get to you in a minute. Got another Bill, our net manager for the East Coast Reflector, N2BH. Bill from Palmyra. Bob from Sylvania. KY4 BPA. Michael, good morning to you. KT5BX BTX. Brad from College Station, Texas, was in and out this morning. Got Matthew, VE3DAC. Ron from Syracuse, KU2Q. W5WLH, Wayne Clark, KK7DY. It's early out there, Clark. Good morning. And I think Mobile was James from Spring, Texas. Good morning, AA5JW. Good morning to you, James. And once again, our question today, do you have a weather station?
Well, good morning, Dick and Vicky. Thank y'all for running that this morning. And good morning, Brew Crew. This is Alpha 5 Juliet Mobile, James in Spring Mobile into Houston for work today. It is cold. It's in the low 40s, and I am not built for this weather. To the question at hand, weather station, yes, I've got one. I've got an accurate atlas, and I feed the data to Weather Underground, and I really get a good kick out of looking in, how much rain has come down, or if we've had really high winds, seeing what it peaks at. It's really enjoyable to check it every day. With that, I'll say 7-3, hand it back to net. Everybody have a blessed day and stay safe out there. This is Alpha 5 Juliet Whiskey Mobile. We'll be monitoring.
Down for a yes, James. Thank you. Good morning to you. Morning to Park, Arizona, KK7DY.
Good morning, Dick, Vicky, and the rest of the brew crew. Yes, I have a David Vintage Pro weather station. I really enjoy it. Back to net control, KK7GY.
All right, we talked about getting the manufacturer, getting names, but it'd be a little too much here for the morning. We decided just a yes or a no as we try to do. But thank you, Clark. Good morning to you. W5WLH.
Morning Brew Crew. No, I do not have a weather station. Whiskey 5 WLH, back to net.
And it's a no for you. Ron in Syracuse, KU2U. What about you, Ron?
Good morning. This is Ron. I'm not in Syracuse today. I'm up on top of a hill in Cortland at a solar field. We're picking the coldest day of the year to start it up. So it was +1 a little while ago. I do not have a weather station, but I have the thermometer on the dash of the truck that I'm in, and it's warming up a little. It's up to 6. That's about it. Back to net, KU2Q.
He coming in through Cortland this morning. Thanks, Ron. Stay warm. Have a nice day. Matthew, the E3DAC.
To answer your question, let me answer this first. This is V3DAC returning here. To answer your question, no, I don't. And do you mind if I take a second here to check and make sure that my YSF node connected radio is also getting in? Over.
Here, go ahead.
Negative, it does not seem so. I can hear you guys on it, but I can't get out for some reason. It otherwise connects to other rooms, but I don't know what's going on with that. Back to net control. But yeah, you can put me down for, no, I don't have a full weather station. It's just the thermometer outside, and that's it. Over.
Matthew, as far as we know, we do not have a problem. Maybe check in on the second cup. We can spend a few more minutes with you and see what's going on there. Let's see, Brad was it out? Let's go to Michael, KY4BPA in Lexington, Kentucky. Good morning, Michael.
Well, good morning, and thank you for hosting. That'll be a no for me here in Lexington, Kentucky. KY4BPA, back to net control.
Thank you, Michael. Nice to hear you this morning. I don't think we've talked before. Morning to Bob, Sylvania, Ohio, WDAPIC.
Good morning, and no, I do not. Only because I'm not a computer user, and I haven't been able to find one that will, being totally blind, it will talk, but it doesn't have to be connected to a computer, so I'd like to have one. I do have a temperature sensor, though. I've got a thermometer with a wired sensor, and then I've got a couple of those atomic clocks, and they each came with a wireless sensor. And an interesting fact, I'll just make this brief. There's a part of our 440 band between 433 and 435 where they can use them for wireless devices, low power wireless devices, and that's what it uses. And I thought that was kind of strange, so I had somebody research it, and there's a small part of our 440 band that is used for wireless devices. Back to net, WD8PIC.
Yes, there is. Ironically, we were just talking about that in the Zoom room a couple days ago. Bob? Good morning to Bill. It's Frosty in Palmyra this morning, N2BH.
Good morning, Dick, Vicky, everybody. It sure is. Got 11 degrees here. And yes, I have a weather station. It's a cheap one, but it does what I want. Tells me what the temperature and humidity and all that stuff is in and out and the real feel. And the rest of the day now, plan, stay in and stay warm. N2BH.
There you go. As Roger would say, I think we got to get in the grocery getter today. Thanks, Bill. Thanks for all you do. Another Bill, Fort Myers, Florida. Good morning and happy birthday, W8WHK. Bill?
Good morning, and thank you. I'm 76 years old. Wow, I feel like I'm 36. I don't, other than some of the aches and pains when I first get up, it's amazing how time flies. Yes, we have a weather station. Sits in the living room on a small desk. My son set it up. He even shares the data with the Weather Underground. And it's pretty cool. It's neat to watch and all the different things it tells us about the weather. And I recommend it. Anybody get one. I don't know what brand that one is, but it works pretty good. And he has it on a battery backup, too. Okay, this is W8WHK. Back to net control. Thank you, Dick. 73s. That's right.
All right, well, you missed Vicky singing to you in the Zoom room, Bill. You should have been there this morning. Happy birthday once again. Good morning, Chris. KE2. How you doing?
I do not have a weather station. I use my skin to tell me the temperature and my knees to tell me if it's going to rain the next day. And that's about it. KE2, EED. Yeah, our old bones tell us a lot, don't they, Chris? Thanks for being there. We got you down for a no. Rich in Islip, New York, KD2 PME. Good morning, Rich. And this is Dick, WB2JPQ.
And Dick and everybody on the net. It's 21 degrees here on the South Shore of Long Island. I'm just coming off the beach. Yeah, you heard that right. I'm leaving the beach, seeing if there's any straggler fish, but no. Yeah, I have a Davis Vantage view. I enjoy it. It's connected to Weather Underground and Weather Bug. All right, this is KD2 PME. Back to net.
And it's a yes for Rich. Good morning to Matthew, KJ5DIT.
Good morning. I have to admit my weather station is go outside, it's cold. Come in, it's warm. It works pretty well. I remember a long time back when I was a kid, I did better guessing what the weather was going to be than the weatherman. It was kind of funny, but the answer is no. 73.
Oh, the answer is no. All right. Thank you for being there. Where am I going here? KC3UUK. Good morning, Herbert.
Yeah, this is KC3UUK. Good morning to everybody on the net. What a cool morning this is. I got 18 degrees here. And yes, I do have two weather stations. One is in the living room, and it's actually linked to our local airport, which is about 3 miles away, so it gets updated from them. And then we have one in the bedroom with an outside reader in the yard. So I do have two. Do I need them? No. Do I use them? Yes. And with all of that, back to you, KC3, UK. Everybody be safe out there. I'm clear. 73s.
we all have toys that we don't need, Herbert. It's just the name of the game. W2PUT, morning, Dan. I'll bet you it's chilly in Milan this morning.
Hey, excuse me, good morning, Dick. Yes, it is a little violent here. I wound up covering the first couple hours of somebody's day shift here at the FD, so I'm here till 8, and on the way in, the temperature guesser on the dashboard was telling me 0 degrees. It felt like it going out to the car, too. It's that you take your first breath outside, and it kind of takes your breath away. To answer the question, I do not have a weather station. I have been talking about it for many years, but all the talk has not translated into action. Maybe this winter. Who can say? I want to get one that you can network and view remotely. Back to you, Dick. W2PUT.
I don't want to get it. I'm not going to put it up in the cold. But, I guess I ditto to you. I used to have one years back, but that's long gone. Pensacola, Florida, KF6HDJ. Brent, glad you're back, my friend. We kind of missed you on your little hiatus. Good morning.
Good morning, Dick. It is good to be back. It is 50 degrees here in Pensacola this morning, and while I don't have a official weather station, my eyes say it's wet, my skin says it's cold, and my hair says it's... There's my benevolent sarcasm for the morning. Everyone have a great day. KF6 HDJ.
Thank you, my friend. I'm going to turn it over to Sal, W2SAL, for a minute. Sal joined the team as co-host for Help Congress out as Usenet director, so I'm going to let him get his feet wet here, do a few of the text check-ins, starting with 9:42 here on the Morning Brew. So I'll be back in a few minutes. W2SAL, this is Dick, WB2JPQ. Good morning.
Thanks, Dick. That was quite a run you had going there. I've never seen check in so fast as we did today, but we had something going on in the Zoom room where they were asking a quick question as far as a weather station versus a thermometer that records a temperature. A thermometer is part of a weather station. A weather station is not part of a thermometer, and that's the definition according to Google. With that, let's go and talk to Robert in Buffalo, KD2YLR. Robert, do you have a weather station? Go ahead. YLR, are you there, Bob?
It is a wonderful 26 degrees here in Glen Burnie, Maryland, and the answer to the question today is no. We do not have a weather station here, although I do use the NOAA weather radio app on my phone, but that's not a weather station. Anyway, have a good day and a good weekend, everybody. 73 from Glen, November 3, Lima Yankee.
Thank you for checking in there, and let's go down to Wayne. Kilo Charlie 2, November Juliet Victor.
Wayne, do you have a weather station? Go ahead.
Good morning, all. KC2NJV. I actually live about 10 miles from an airport, so I get to meet cars. So I don't think that counts, but that's as close as I have. Have yourselves a great weekend.
Copy that. Well, Vicky's got you down as a no, and I want to thank Vicky for doing all the logging again this morning. She does all the heartbeat work behind the scenes here. Let's go visit Bill down in the villages. Kilo Robert 4, Charlie Kilo Charlie. Bob, Bill, it's all yours. Go ahead. AR4 CKC. Bill, are you there? Down in the village? We'll circle back. I'm visiting Robert down in Deltona, Florida. Kilo Juliet 4 Zulu Frank Mary. Bob, are you there? Go ahead. And do you have weather station? Yeah, one more time. Kilo Juliet 4 Zulu Frank Mary. There, Bob? Moving along. Kilo 8 Golf Echo Delta. Gary from Oak Harbor, Ohio. You're new to the system. Are you out there, and do you have a weather station? Go ahead.
Morning, everybody. Morning Brew crew here. Yep, first time on here. I do have a weather station. It's ambient weather. Served me really well. So well, I actually bought my dad one. Recommend them to everybody. At that, I'll send it back to net. K8GED.
Gary, thanks for checking in, and hopefully we'll see you out here again another day doing some check-ins. All right, let's go visit Kilo Charlie 2, Golf Robert November. Down in, Kit, New York.
Morning, everybody on the Morning Brew. This is KC2GRN in East Yapping, New York. I do not have a traditional weather station, but what we do have is rhododendron bushes in the front of the house. And when the temperature gets colder, as it gets colder, the leaves start to curl up longitudinally, and the colder it gets, the tighter they curl up. And right now, it's about pretty much half curled up because it's about 19, 20 degrees. In any case, I don't have one. Thanks for what you guys do. KC2GRM back to that.
Copy that, Joel. Interesting about land. Let's go visit Rod. Whiskey Delta 8, Kilo Oscar Bravo, Madison, West Virginia. Are you out there today, and do you have a weather station? Go ahead.
This is WDAKOB. Well, good morning, Ned. Yes, I enjoy my weather station very much. We have about an inch of snow this morning on the ground, so it's Christmassy here. Have a good day. WDAKOB.
Checking in, Rod, and looking forward to another another day here on the net. Let's go visit Alpha Charlie 2, Zulu Delta. Bob and Jay-Z, New York. Do you have a weather station? Go ahead.
Good morning. This is Robert and Shazy. No, I do not have a weather station. Closest thing I have is a Davis Hill weather stick. You guys will have to look that one up. Now, normally I just rely on the dash of my pickup truck. We started today at 6 below zero. It's up to zero now. All right, this is AC2ZD. Back to net.
Thanks, Bob. Over here in Western New York, we're running a balmy 8 to 9 degrees right now, and Dick, a little bit further southwest is a little bit colder than that. So, you take care and stay safe out there, and we'll talk to you down the road. Let's go visit Whiskey Delta 8, Charlie Zulu Papa, Ben, and Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Are you out there, and do you have a weather station? Go ahead.
Morning, Sal. Hopefully my microphone's working, the speaker's not. And if not, let me know on the Zoom room.
Whiskey Delta 8, Charlie Zulu Papa, are you out there?
Okay, testing. Is this working?
I hear you.
Okay. Okay.
All right. And don't have you in there. We'll see about doing a roundabout, and if you come back to us. All right, let's go.
Okay, I'm... Sal?
Hey, Ben, go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, WD8CZP. I'm actually in Winter Haven, Florida. Have been all year. That's a mailing address via the FCC. No, I do not, and props to Vicky on the...
Man, I got no modulation.
We got something going on. It's not working. Okay.
Hey, Ben, we'll try coming back to you in a little bit here. Alright, let's go visit Mike. November 4, Juliet X-Ray. Are you out there, and do you have a weather station? Go ahead.
Brew crew, this is Mike N4JX in Inverness, Florida. 63 balmy degrees in west central Florida with a high today of about 82. And I do have a weather station. Thank you, Sal. Back to net control.
Number 4, Juliet X-Ray. Are you out there, Mike? In Inverness, Florida?
Yeah, this is Mike, Inverness, Florida. Do you copy?
Hey, we got you, Mike. I don't know what's going on there. Cell all of a sudden, maybe the froze up. I'm not sure. He's not hearing for some reason, and we are. So we'll have to look into that. But Mike, we got your answer. Let me go to Jose in Austin, Texas, KJ5MEL.
Good morning to everybody on the net. All these brewmasters. Cold 3 degrees here in Austin. I've got a cheap weather station right by my bedside, and it's 43 degrees here. I've got a couple of sensors around the house and the apartment, and I know what temperature it is outside in the shade, and close to the windowsill, the kitchen, and the bedroom. Enjoy it. Enjoy the information, forecast, whatever else it throws at me. Good weekend to everybody on the net, and thank you for listening to me. Bless you all.
Thank you, Jose. Let's go to Al, K8BAC, one of our net controllers here. Good morning, Al. I know we got a long wait this morning on the text check-ins. Some of these are half-hour old. Good morning, Al. Are you still with us, K8BAC? He was almost 40 minutes ago. Charles in Syracuse, KD2YUY. Got many check-ins here, text check-ins this morning. Good morning, Charles.
Good morning, Dick. Good morning, everybody listening in on the brew. Yes, I have a weather station. It's a simple one, and it's flashing at me right now, telling me I got to change the battery on the sensor that's outside. 5 degrees here in Syracuse. Chilly start. Dogs didn't really like walking around in the snow. 73 all back to net control, KD2YUY.
Charles, let me get down through these last 4 text check-ins, and I'm going to give it over to Jeff, and he's going to do his hour. I'll be back after his hour. We'll be doing the second cup. Donnie, Jacksonville Beach, Florida. Tell us how nice and warm it is there this morning, Donnie, KM4CTB.
Good morning, Dick, Vicki, and everybody on the net. KM4CTB in Jacksonville Beach, Florida, where it's 59.9 degrees according to the Tempest weather station. And the answer to the question is yes. Thanks for doing the net, and have a great weekend, Dick. KM4CTV.
Johnny? Good morning to Mark and the 0CKV. Nice to see you last night at our Asking Elmer being Elmer. Mark, good morning.
Morning, Dick, Vicki, rest of the brew crew, everybody else on the net. Yes, it was nice to put faces to the call signs last night on the Ask an Elmer. No, I do not have a weather station. Everybody have a nice weekend, and 0CKV back to net.
Yeah, it's always nice to put a face with a call sign, isn't it? Thanks for being there. Gary, Woodhaven, Michigan, N8ZFH.
Good morning, Dick, Sal, and Vicki. And it's 11 degrees Fahrenheit here, 29.73 inches of mercury, and that's about it for my weather station. I have the indoor barometer that I inherited from my parents. They had it since before I was born. And somebody talked about inside and outside pressure. Unless you feel a big breeze when you open the door, it doesn't matter. Please check me in and out. N8ZFH, back to net.
Gary, we got you for no last for me today. Give it over to Jeff a couple minutes early here. This is a good place to take a little break. Jeff, Perrysburg, Ohio, KG8QP. Good morning. KG8QP. Jeff, are you still with me this morning? Like I said, some of these texts are running 45 minutes old. It's the best we can do here this morning. So many text check-ins. Well, that'll do it for me for this hour. Thank you, Sal, for stepping in there. Don't know what happened to Peter. That Sal was on. I guess it's all back now, but things do happen. So over to you, Jeff. I'll see everybody in an hour. Come join us for the second cup. We'll find something to talk about and find out what's on your mind. So for now, good morning, and over to you, Jeff. This is Dick, WB2JPQ.
All righty, Dick. Thank you. Excuse me. Good morning, everyone. This is Jeff, KE0GKF. I'm located in Omaha, Nebraska. Yes, it's cold all over. Before I get started, I'll try to take 20 or 30 seconds here. You know, I normally thank my driver on my smart speaker. I say her name because I don't want to say it. And when I get a delivery from Amazon, I say, thank my driver. And she said, by the way, when you do a thank your driver gets an additional $5. So right now, it's on Amazon. It costs you nothing. So thank your driver. They're out there slinging your packages and the ice freezing cold out there. Put an extra $5 in their pocket. It's a limited time thing provided by Amazon. Let's go back to this list immediately and get cracking. Tim in Windsor, Ontario, Canada, VE3TCS. Good morning. Tim, the question of the day is, do you have a weather station? Kind of a simple yes or no question.
Hey, Jeff, this is VE3TCS. Well, I'm not sure if it actually qualifies as a weather station, but it's a thermometer, a barometer, and a humidity. There's 3 gauges, and they all need to be manually set, and maybe I'll get to doing that finally today. Back to net.
Tim, have yourself a great weekend, sir. Charlie, Sun Center, Florida, NA2B. What about that weather station?
Hey, good morning, Jeff. Everybody on the net from Bertie and I here in Tampa Bay. It's 68 here this morning. And I'll have to go negative on the weather station. When you live down here, it's like Groundhog Day. Degrees in the morning, 80 in the afternoon this time of year. So it's our Chamber of Commerce weather. I had to giggle when you said Amazon, Jeff. We kid the Amazon drivers here every time we see them. We tell them it's just like Santa Claus coming to see us old folks. They get a kick out of that. Thanks for what you do. NA2B, back to that.
Yeah, Charlie, all you got to say is 4 words. Just say it to your smart speaker, whatever her name is. I don't want to set mine off. And say, thank my driver. It takes you like 3 seconds, and your driver gets $5. To the end of the year, or until $2 million runs out. And to Amazon, $2 million is nothing. So, use their money. Be generous with their money to your driver. Have a good one. Up in Rochester Hills, Michigan, KE8SMN.
Good morning, Brew Crew. KE8SMN. I have a weather alert radio. Don't know if that counts as a station, but that's what I have. KE8SMN. Back to net.
All right, Jeff, thanks for stopping by. Bob in Leesburg, Florida, W3ICQ. It's frigid, fun button Friday. Good morning.
Good morning, Jeff. Good morning, Vicki, and hello to the Brew Crew and everyone out there. Yes, I have a basic weather station, and it's not quite freezing here. It's 66 degrees Fahrenheit. Back to net, W3ICQ.
Well, excuse me, Mr. Hoity-Toity. I'm just kidding you. Boy, that sounds pretty pleasant. Or most of us are in the single digits across the United States. Have a great weekend. Jim in Easton, Pennsylvania, KE3ATQ.
Good morning, Jeff, Vicki, and the Brew Crew. I do not have a weather station. I have a temperature sensor, but no weather station. Back to net control, KD3ATQ.
All right, Jim. Have a good one. Those are dominating, I believe. Last I looked, it was about 70% no and 30% yes. Rick, The Villages, Florida, N5GI. Good morning.
Well, good morning, Jeff, and everyone on the Brew Crew, Miss Vicki. It's a lovely day down here in the Villages, 65 degrees with a light breeze and clear skies. We don't have any frigid fun buttons down here, Jeff. They're all warm fun buttons. Have a great Friday. Everybody have a great weekend. And 5GI, back to net.
I just need to move down there, Rick. You know, I'm a sport bike rider. I could be riding on two wheels like I normally do in the summer. Have a good one. Bob in Ecorse, Michigan, good morning, KQ8U.
Morning, Jeff, Vicky, and the rest of the brew crew. I have a abandoned one on the shed. It did quit working, but the one I have now would be on the ham clock. It shows everything. You know, I don't know where it shows it from. It's got the same downtown, 27 degrees downtown. I'm showing now. Have a great day. I'll be on the second cup. KQ8U, back to that.
All right, Bob. Have yourself a great weekend, sir. Randy, one of our network facilitators in West Seneca, New York, W2RBC. Good morning, Randy.
Good morning, Jeff, Vicky, and everyone on the Morning Brew. Yes, I have an Accurite Atlas weather station. It has Wi-Fi, lightning detection, and 2 displays. Hope everyone has a great weekend. Back to net control, 73 to all, W2RBC.
Randy, have a great weekend. Sounded good as always. Bob in Hamburg, New York, KC2JZE.
All in that, yes, I have 2 of them. Long story. And one of them says 3.8 degrees this morning. Not looking forward to going out. Everyone have a great day and a great weekend. Back to that, KC2JZ.
Bob, thanks for stopping by. Have a good weekend. Scott in Eastvale, California, heading over to the East Coast. N6ZAR. Good morning, Scott.
Good morning, Jeff, Vicky, and everybody on the Morning Brew this morning. Happy Friday to all. Yes, I do have a weather station. In fact, I'm hoping Santa brings me a new one this year. The old one needs a refresh. With that, I'll send it back to you, Jeff. Have a great day. N6ZAR.
All right, Scott, will you do the same? Have a fine weekend. Jim in Oroville, California, heading over to California again. KD6LIL. Good morning, Jim.
Good morning, Jeff and Vicky. Thanks for what you guys do. No weather station out here. So anyway, everybody have a good weekend. This is KD6LIL.
Neither do I, Jim. I think they're cool, but we have so many choices of weather in front of us. Phones, the computer. Even on these new Baofengs, I can push and hold 0, and it will take you to your local NOAA if that's all you've got left. Pretty dry listening, but it'll give you the weather. Let's go to Roger in Umatilla, KO4QMM. Good morning, Roger.
Good morning, Jeff, Vicky, and the Brew Crew. And you can put me down for no. Hardly needed here in Florida. It's usually a nice day. So I'll go with that. And I want to thank everybody that showed up for the 20-meter net yesterday. That was a good time. And we were in a big bowl of propagation. Everybody could hear everybody. So that was fun. And back to you, Jeff. Everybody have a wonderful weekend. 7-3 from the Sunshine State. KO4QMM clear.
It's a veritable propagation party. Roger, have a good weekend. Joe in West Seneca, New York, AJOEF.
Vicky and the rest of the Brew Crew. No, I do not have a weather station. I have a rock that's covered with snow, and it's a balmy 11 degrees here today. With that, I'll turn it back to net control. AJ0EF, 73.
Well, you're in good company, Joe. We're all freezing. Have a great weekend, sir. John in Athol Springs, New York, KK4, JJK. Good morning, John.
Hey, good morning, everybody. A weather station that's on my wish list, which I gave to my children and my wife. So hopefully I'm getting a radiodity weather station which I can hook up and send that weather to the Wonderground website. Pretty cool. Have a great weekend, everybody. KK4JJK, back to that control.
Yeah, that is pretty cool that you can do that. John, have a good week. Terry in Austin, Texas, N5. I like to say it like you, Terry. N5, RTC.
Good morning, Jeff. You've made my day, and it's still early. Hi, Dick. Hi, Vicky. Hi, everybody on the net this morning. Yes, I do have a full weather station. This is N5 RTC. Back to net control.
All right, Terry. N5 RTC. Have a good weekend, sir. We'll talk to you next time. Devin in Baytown, Texas, KJ5 LLL. Devin, good morning.
Good morning, guys. I currently do not have a weather station. I was eyeing some on Black Friday, but the thought of climbing up on the roof and bolting stuff down was enough to dissuade me. So if you ask me in 6 months, I may get one, but for now I don't. Good morning, everybody. Y'all have a good one. 73, KJ5, Triple Lima.
I like that. It's got a good catch to it. Triple Lima. It's kind of cool. Have a good weekend. Dave, Ypsilanti, Michigan. I'm proud of myself, Dave, that I can say that correctly. P8 ODF. Good morning, Dave.
Good morning, Jeff and Vicky doing the logs, and everyone in the Zoom room. I'm in Ypsilanti, Michigan, and you say it perfectly like you were born here. And my answer is no, I do not have a weather station. Thanks for doing the net, Jeff. WB8OGF.
Dave, have yourself a fun weekend, sir. Stay warm. Wrapping up this list and we'll be ready for check-ins. Bill in Hobbs, New Mexico, KI5PMI. Good morning, Bill.
Good morning, Jeff. Everybody on the That was great. She's saying hi. And no weather stations for me yet. Keyword there, yet. It has a great day. Happy Friday and good weekend. KI5PMI, back to net.
That was cool. Your dog wanted to make sure it got a little third-party doggy traffic going there this morning. You have a good one, Bill. We're ready for another round of check-ins real quick. There will be a second cup. It's Friday, everyone. So in about another 45 minutes or so, 47 minutes at the top of the next hour, say good morning to Dick and Vicky on the next hour for the second cup, because it is Friday. Fun button, frigid Fun Button Friday. We're ready for a round of check-ins. Twice and slowly, please.
Kilo for Delta India Yankee. Kilo 4 Delta India Yankee. KD6DIQ, Kilo Delta 6 Delta India Quebec, in and out.
KB2 QBQ in and out.
KD6DIQ, in and out.
Absolutely.
Zulu Foxtrot Michael monitoring.
Kilo Juliet 5, Delta X-Ray Bravo, in and out. Kilo Juliet 5, Delta X-Ray Bravo, in and out. Good morning.
N6 QDY, N6 QDY.
Kilo Echo 2, LRV, Alpha 2, Echo number 0, Lima Radio Victor, over.
November 2, India, Sierra, Kilo. November 2, India, Sierra, Kilo.
Kilo Quebec 4, Uniform Zulu Golf. Kilo Quebec 4, Uniform Zulu Golf. In and out. KD2 IWM, KD2 IWM.
Okay, looks like I've got the reflector by the hub monitor. Let's from the bottom up. N1CBM just came in by the text line, I believe. Carlos. NW4Q Jim. KD2IWN Tim. KQ4 UZG Ken from Georgia. You were an IO. Have a fantastic weekend. 2E0 LRV Les. Good to hear you again. Heard you talk to you early this morning. N2ISK Bob. KE2 GHZ Steve. N1 WEB Web. N6QDY David. KJ5DXB. Frank from Sugarland, Texas. You were an IO. Have a fine weekend, Frank. VA3 CRF Vern. KB2 QBQ. Mary from Homosassa, Florida. Mary, have a good weekend. W2KJV Tony. K5RLR Randall. KD6 DIQ Todd. You were an IO. Have a fine weekend. KK4 DIY Gene. KC2KHT Henry. N8HLN Mike. And we had a KK4 station. KK4. Clear that up for us here at the top of the list.
Kilo 4, Papa Yankee November. Kilo 4, Papa Yankee November.
Got you, Joseph, and I think we have you in there as mobile, possibly. That's what we're hearing anyway. Sometimes we assume. So let's go to you first thing. Joseph in Apopka, Florida, KK4PYN, and the question of the day is, do you have a weather radio? Good morning.
Morning, Brew Crew. Yep, I've got multiple weather stations, weather radios, and weather satellite downlinks. A little bit of a weather nerd and a Skywarn spotter, so yeah, the answer is yes. Back to net, KK4PYN clear.
Alrighty, sir. Have yourself a fine week. I'm a nerd, admitted nerd too, in many different things. Have a good one. Let's go to Carlos. We have him down as mobile. Carlos, good morning in Hollywood, Florida. Our fly boy for the ECR N1CBM. Carlos, good morning.
Good morning, Jeff, Vicky, and the rest of the crew. I don't know what that was. I'm not mobile, but thank you for cutting the line for me. I'll take it. I don't have any weather stations right now, although I would love to have one in here. One of those spinny things measuring the wind speed and direction. Anyways, 71 degrees down here, clear skies, not a single cloud in the sky. Beautiful day. N1CBM, back to you, Jeff, but before, let me do a PSA here. Remember, guys, tonight, 8 p.m., YouthNet. Vicky, Sal, and I will be joined by the kids
for that hour, which is really fun. Please check in and outs will do too, and we'd like to have you in the logs. And once again, back to you, Jeff.
Well, I think you'll get a lot of check-ins, Carlos, because besides there, it's not 70 degrees. I'm looking out to my left, out my sliding glass door. There's snow all over the roofs. The steam coming off the pipes, exhaust from people's furnaces. It's cold. Have a good one and enjoy that weather, Carlos. We'll see you on the net tonight. Let's go to Mike in Grosse Pointe, Michigan, N8HLN.
Good morning, Jeff, Vicky, Dick, and the crew. Where it's cold here. My weather station does tell me so. Yes, I have a weather station with the anemometer sharing space on top of my 35-foot tower. So, everyone have a great weekend. Back to net. HLN.
All right, Mike, stay warm this weekend. Thanks for stopping by. Henry in East New York, KC2, KHT. Good morning.
Good morning. This is Henry, KC2, KHT in East Islip, New York. And I do not have an electronic one, but I do have two dogs. If my Newfoundland goes out and refuses to come back in, I know it's snowing. If my lab boxer mix does not want to go out, I know it's raining. Back to the net, KC2, KHT.
Yeah, the dogs know the weather before we do. Yeah, I'm a motorcycle rider, so you become the weatherman too. You follow the weather when you're on two wheels. Have a good morning. Gene in Homosassa, Florida, KK4, DIY.
Good morning. This is KK4 DIY, and the answer is yes, I do have a weather station, and I don't depend on NOAA anymore. So I like having my own. KK4 DIY, thanks.
Yeah, you know, you can literally, if you don't have that that button feature to listen to your local weather on your radio, you can just punch it in manually. Most of them are on 2 meters. Just punch in your NOAA weather on your radio, on your HT, and you can listen. Have a good day. Randall in Spring, Texas, K5 RLR.
Well, good morning there, Jeff and Vicky, Dick, and everybody else on the crew. Brother Scott, if you're out there listening, K5 RLR. That is a, simply put, yes. I have a accurate Atlas weather station. It does one. It reports to the one website, and it's pretty cool. With that being said, I'll throw it back to you. Hope everybody has a good day, and 7312. K5RLR, back to you, sir.
All right, Randall, thank you. That's pretty cool. I got to look into those weather stations, how it feeds the information back and all that stuff. My name is Jeff, KE0GKF. Vicky is on the log, of course, KE8VKY, keeping everything under control. Let's go to Tony in Homosassa, Florida, one of our network facilitators, W2KJV. Good morning, Tony.
Good morning, Jeff. Good morning, Vicky and Dick. Yes, I do have a basic wireless weather station, and I have a old backup all meters, you know, like temperature gauge, pressure, barometric pressure, and a humidity gauge. So yes, I have, I guess, two. Hope everyone has a great day. This is W2KJV. Back to you, Jeff.
All right, Tony. Thanks for stopping by. Vern in Waterdown, Ontario, Canada, heading up north. VA3 CRF. Good morning, Vern.
Good morning, Jeff and Vicky. Everybody on the station picking up. a weather station began here this morning, and I did check my weather station before I stepped out. Yeah, we have one. Love having it. I also believe there's one AA radio station. I have those put on. All of my handy copies. Hope everyone has a great weekend. If you're really looking forward to a big Christmas party on Saturday. Hope everyone's really ECR.
All right, we got most of that. Your audio is just a little bit muffled kind of sound. You can address that. Just wanted to let you know that. You have a great weekend. David in Sacramento, California, heading over to the West Coast, N6QDY. David, what say you?
Hello, Jeff, Vicky, Dick, the Brew Crew, and everybody in the Zoom control room, N6QDY. Answer to your question is yes, I've got one that's limping along, so it looks like it's time for a new one. But yes, I do have one. Anyways, thanks for doing what you do. Stay warm out there, and have a great TGIF. N6QDY. Back to you.
It's a great time to play radio for sure, as cold as it is. David, thanks for stopping by. Webb, Collierville, Tennessee, 1 UEB.
Oh, thank you, Jeff, and thank you, Vicky. Good morning to the net. Yeah, I've got a weather station, but it's probably not what most of you are thinking about. I have a ham clock running off a Raspberry Pi, and I have a chip that connects to that Pi with 4 pins, and that's a BME 280 chip. It has a temperature, humidity, dew point, and pressure. And that's a neat little device for about $8. It's really cool. And so that does the job for me. And 1 WEB, back to the net.
That does sound pretty cool, Webb. Very interesting. Have a marvelous weekend. It is Fun Button Friday, Steve. Brooklyn, New York, KE2 gigahertz. Push the fun button. Steve in Brooklyn, you still with us? KE2 GHC. Nothing heard from Steve. He's probably grabbing some coffee. He can always check back in. Let's go to Bob in Woodbridge, New ISK. Bob, good morning.
Good morning, Jeff, Dick, everybody. I've had my curious GB2GHZ with my novice call that I gave up many, many years ago. So there you go. Interesting. No, I don't have a weather station. I use the classic weather rock in the backyard. If the rock is wet, it's raining. If the rock is slippery, it's snowing or icy. If the rock is white, then it's snowing. So there you go. It works pretty good. Everybody have a good weekend. Enjoy it.
All righty, Bob. Have yourself a fine weekend, sir. Let's go to our 100th check-in. Did I get that right? Yeah. Les, it's you. Over at the Big Water in England, 2E0 LRV, your lucky number 100, Les. Good morning. How about those weather stations?
Returning. Wow, into centenary. No, I don't have a weather station, but I live in the UK, so I'd always have that with me.
certainly even in the middle of summer on the sunniest of days, because the weather changes so fast over here that nothing is guaranteed. So having a weather station, looking at it, yes, that's what the weather is at the moment, but 5 minutes later it could be completely different. I've seen days here where we've had all 4 seasons in one day, including the snow. And as for weather forecasts, well, yes, they're an eye, they're a guide, they're an indicator, what they think the weather will be, but it very rarely is true. So no weather station, back to net control, 2E0 LRV.
Yeah, like I say, Les, you go to school, you learn how to be a meteorologist, you learn all this training and everything, you go to work, right? You get your first job, you can be completely wrong on the weather and still keep your job, right? Have a good day over there, Les. I know you're later than us. It must be late morning or early afternoon over there. Have a great day. Ken was an in and out. I already said that. Tim in Hamburg, New York, KD2, IWN. Good morning.
Morning, Jeff and Vicki and everybody on the Brew Crew. No, I don't have a weather station per se, but on my smartphone I have an app called PWS Monitor. It stands for Personal Weather Station. So basically once you have the app, you hit the search weather stations near me. So people that do have weather stations, like mostly hams and people like that, take their information and put it onto the internet in this app, and anybody anywhere can grab that information, which is a variable. I mean, all the temperatures, dew points, wind directions, rainfall, rain amount, it's crazy how much information you can get. PWS Monitor, so if you got a smartphone, check out the app. It's kind of cool. I monitor about 4 or 5 different people's stations around where I live. 73, everybody have a great Friday. KD2 IWN.
Very cool, Tim. I will check that out. Have a wonderful weekend. My name is Jeff, KE0GF, with Vicki on the log, KE8VKY on the log. There is a second cup coming up here in a little less than a half an hour. So everyone stick around. Stay connected. Keep your repeaters. Keep your nodes connected. It's Friday. Stick around and say good morning to Dick and Vicki for the weekend. Excuse me. Jim in Murfreesboro, Tennessee, NW4Q.
Hey, Jeff, no weather stations here. Hope you all have a nice day today. Take care.
And I hope you do the same, Jim. Have a good weekend. Heading down to Florida in Homosassa. Doug, WA8CLG.
This is WA8CLG. Good morning, everybody. And no, I do not have a weather station. I do have a radar app on my tablet, and it tells me about everything I ever know about the weather. With that, everybody have a good day and a good weekend. Back to you, Jeff.
Okay, Doug, have yourself a fine weekend, sir. Let's go to Kenneth in Las Vegas, Nevada, AB7KT.
Yeah, that was a error on my part. This is Alpha Bravo 4 Kilo Tango. That was my old call sign when I moved to Florida, and I just typed it in by accident. In the Villages, Florida. No, I don't have a weather station. I've always wanted one, but I just never pulled the trigger. Everybody have a great day. Back to net.
All right, yeah, we got it. Vicki switched it right away there, Kenneth, from the Villages, AB4KT. We got her corrected. Have a good weekend, sir. Don in Hollywood, Florida. Staying in Florida, W4PPX.
this morning. Put me down for no weather station. I look out the window. If it's sunny, it's sunny. If it's raining, it's raining, and I have a alert app on my phone. 7-3. Hope everybody has a good day. W4VPX. Back to net control.
All right, Don, have yourself a fine weekend. By the way, folks, the text line is 716-317-9050. Just put your call in your phone. Vicki will get you on the log immediately. That way you miss the pileups, too. Let's go to Don, Anna in Beaver, Pennsylvania. KD3AJN, Anna.
Good morning, Jeff and Vicki and the whole crew in there this morning. Don't like this cold, but, have to put up with it because that's where we live. No, we don't have a weather station. Everybody have a good weekend. KD3AJN.
And to you and yours, you have a great weekend as well. Larry in Calamasa, Florida, KE6MAE.
Well, good morning, Jeff. Larry, KE6MAE on the other side of the coast over here in California, Southern California to be exact. Yes, I have a weather station, but 9 out of 10 times that I want to know about the weather, I just press my phone and look. It's a lot easier, but hey, it's still something to have, and sometimes they'll tell you a few more things. Back to that, thanks for doing that. Have a great weekend, KE6MAE.
Yeah, or we can take Dick's approach, I look out my window, it's snowing, that's the weather. I look outside, it's raining, that's the weather. It's sunny, that's the weather. Have a good one, Larry. Let's go to one of our network facilitators, Joe in Sorrento, Florida, staying in Florida, KO4FRR.
Well, good morning. This is Joe, KO4FRR. I'll have to say yes on that. But into upgrading because they're not lasting more than 2 weeks to a month. This is Joe, KO4FRR, back to
I've got the reflector. All right, Joe, have yourself a fine weekend, sir. Wrapping up this list, and we'll be ready for another round of check-ins from anywhere. Is Marson in Sterling Heights, Michigan, N8MJN. Marson, what say you?
Hey, good morning, Jeff, Vicki, everybody on the Morning Brew. This is N8MJN. No, I don't have a weather station. The phone does all of that for me. And kind of cool here in Michigan. We're single digits. The car says 9 degrees. Should be pretty cool. That said, everybody have a great weekend. 73. N8MJN, back to net control.
My system had the ID there. Okay, Marson, thanks for stopping by. We're ready for another round of check-ins. If you can try and do this as orderly as possible for Miss Vicki. Anyone, anywhere, twice and slowly.
Whiskey X-ray 4, Echo
CJM,
Whiskey
W2,
X-ray 4,
CJM mobile, in and out.
Whiskey X-ray 4, Echo Tango,
Kilo Delta
WX42.
2, Uniform Golf, Quebec, KD2, UDQ, Mike.
Kilo Oscar 4, Golf Zulu, KO4, GGZ.
Whiskey X-ray 4,
Kilo
Echo Tango,
Alpha 5, Papa
WX42.
Uniform Delta. Kilo Alpha 5, Papa Uniform Delta.
KO4CLD, KO4CLD.
Kilo November 4, two-tone blue. KN4, Kilo Romeo 4, Bravo Alpha Delta. Check me in and out.
Kilo Charlie Kilo 4 Victor Tango Tango KK4 VTT Mobile via Echolink.
Kilo Bravo 5, Sierra Alpha Victor. Kilo Bravo 5, Sierra Alpha Victor. In and out, please, and good morning, y'all.
KE0EHI, Kilo Echo 2, Echo Hotel India, in and out this morning. VE3DAC, rechecking with a question. Back to net control.
KR4 AEG, KR4 AEG.
KF8 DJQ, KF8 DJQ.
Okay, I'm going to go with this list here, and we missed a few, so I'm going to call for missed right after this. If you do not hear your call, we're going to call for you. KF8 DJQ, Kevin. NW3U, David. KR4 AEG, Charles. VE3 DAC, Matthew, you said you had a question. I'm going to prioritize you here at the top with the mobiles. You said you had a question. KE2EHI, Joe, you were an IO. Have a good morning. WB5 SAV, Jason, you were an IO. Have a great weekend. KN4 TTB, Steve. KK4 VTT, Bruce, your mobile. KC3FGE, Ray. KR4 BAD, Mr. Bad, David, you were in and out. Have a great weekend. KO4 CLD, Micah. KA5 PUD, Paul. KC2 JPQ, Frank. N1YKT, Johnny. KO4 GGZ, David. KD2 UGO, Mike. W2CJM, Charles from Selden, you were an IO. Have a great weekend. WX4ET, Eric, and N8MAN, Marson. We had a lot of pileups. If I did not call you only on this list, if I did not call you, bring twice and slowly. Kilo Charlie 1, Whiskey Zulu Papa. Kilo Charlie 1, Whiskey Zulu Papa. Yankee 2 Oscar, November Yankee 2 Oscar.
Mike.
Delta 2, Uniform Golf, Quebec. Mike, I think you got my last letter wrong. KD2 UGQ. Right in there. 1 Sierra Yankee Quebec. Kilo Charlie 1 Sierra Yankee Quebec. In and out. Okay, I've got the reflector. We added these mists. KC1SYQ, David, you were an IO. Have a good weekend. NY20, Ryan. KC1ZP, Charles. KF8DJQ, Kevin. And I think I got all the rest. Let's first off go to our mobiles. And that would be Matthew. Up in Canada, VE3DAC, good morning.
Yeah, it's VE3DAC here, returning net control. Just have a question about the Zoom room. Where is that, like for net controllers or select members only, or is that open to everyone? And if it's open to everyone, where might I be able to find the link to join up to that room? Over.
That's a great question, Matthew, and others out there listening. You want to know how to get into a Zoom room? Go to our quickest and easiest way would be go to our website. Our website is eastcoastreflector.com. It's all one word, of course. Put it up in your URL line of your browser, eastcoastreflector.com. When you get to the page, you can scroll down the page and it says join the Zoom room or join, I forget what it was, join Zoom room or whatever it is. You'll see the icon. Click on it. It'll open up a few different windows and eventually get you right into the Zoom room, which is where we are this morning. It's that easy. And everyone is welcome on the main page. When we do the net, we ask that you stay silent and don't talk in the Zoom room because we're communicating amongst each other to keep this system running smoothly. You can sit and watch and listen, but not talk during the net. Have a great morning. Let's go to to Bruce in Kissimmee, Florida, who is mobile as well. KK4 VTT. Good morning, Bruce.
Good morning, Sean. We'll have a great Friday and a good weekend. The answer to the question is no. If it's raining, it's raining. If it's sunny, it's sunny. Most of the time in Florida, it's sunny. Hey, you guys out there have a great day. Thanks
at your front door.
KK4 VTT. Thank you, guys.
Have yourself a fantastic, marvelous weekend. Ray in Elizabethtown, Pennsylvania, KC3. FGD Ray, push the fun button.
Hey, well, good morning, Jeff and Vicki and everyone on the brew. Yeah, it is a lot of fun on here. Negative to your question, and I'm heading up to the wood shop and join the boys for a cup of coffee. KC3 FGD, back to net.
Okay, have yourself a fine weekend, sir. Let's go to Eric in Kingsport, Tennessee. WX4ET.
Good morning, Jeff, and everybody on the brew crew, if I can talk. Yes, I do have a weather station, and it's on, if you want to look at it, it's on QRZ.com. Just click the picture of the weather station that I have on there, and it'll give you the current conditions. I'm also a meteorologist, so yeah, of course I'm going to have a weather station, and I'll also have a weather radio. So there you go. Everybody have a great weekend. WX4ET.
We'll call it a WX weekend. Have a good one, sir. Mike in Shirley, New York, KD2 UGO.
Yes, that's KD2 UGQ, as in Quebec. Yes, I do. Unfortunately, it doesn't work. I gotta fix the batteries in it on the thing outside. It does come in handy when you want a quick look at the temperature outside. Everybody have a wonderful holiday, and back to you, Net Control.
Mike, sorry about the call mistake. We had in the system right. I just didn't see that little squiggly tail off the queue. Looked like an O. Have a great morning. David in Archer, Florida, KO4 GG. Good morning, David.
KO4 GG. Answer to the question is no. Everybody have a great weekend and enjoy the upcoming holiday season. 7-3. KO4 GGZ.
All right, David, you have a phenomenal weekend. Let's go to Johnny in Hopkinsville, Kentucky, N1 YKT. Good morning, sir.
Not bad enough. Some
somebody keyed up twice. And one YKT, and it's going to be a yes. Good morning to everyone, 7-3.
Had the ID there. Well, Johnny, you have a fine weekend, sir. Good hearing from you. Frank, 5X line, Lancaster, New York, KC2, JPQ.
Good morning, Jeff and Vicky and everybody listening to the brew. No weather station here. I never thought about it a couple times, but never got involved in it. And we're sporting our great old 9 degrees over here, Jeff, so we're freezing. And it sounds like everybody else is too. So stay warm. It's Friday. Do something fun. And I'll talk to you on Monday. Have a great weekend. KC2 JPQ.
All righty, Frank. Have a phenomenal weekend, sir. Good hearing from you. Paul in Texas, KA5 PUD. Paul, push the fun button.
Good morning, Jeff and Vicky and the rest of the brew crew. No, I don't have a weather station, just a couple wireless thermometers. I can get every need on weather apps on my phone. So, back to the group, KA5 PUD.
All righty, Paul. We appreciate you stopping by. Micah in Tuscumbia, Alabama, KO4 CLD.
Nope, no weather station here. I would like one though. I had one in the past. It was pretty nice, knowing exactly how much it rained. The rest of the day, I'm gonna keep playing radio and studying for my extra. All right, 73, back to net.
Micah, have a fine weekend, sir. Good to see everybody coming into the Zoom room. I'm glad I mentioned it. Just go to our website at eastcoastreflector.com and click on the icon, join the Zoom room. And good morning to everybody coming up here after the net, and the second cup's coming up. We just ask that you be quiet during the net and keep your audio off in the Zoom room while we're doing the shows. Steve in Largo, Florida, KN4TTB. Steve, good morning.
Good morning there, Jeff, Mickey, and the crew. Actually, I was in and out this morning, but since I'm here anyway, what was our question?
Oh, yeah, Steve, were you going to make me a capicola on rye this morning? No, that's not it. I'm kidding. The question is, do you have a weather station? Steve, do you have a weather station?
A weather station. I most certainly have thought about that numerous times, but then I go to look at them and you can get a cheap or you can get a really nice one. And once you see the really nice ones, until I can afford that, I gotta hang out and wait. I'll have your sandwich cut corner for you there, Jeff. Everybody has a fantastic week, and be safe out there. K4 TTB, back to net.
Alrighty, sir. Well, Christmas gift, you know. Ask for a weather station. Santa will bring you one. Let's go to, Charles, Belmont, North Carolina. KR4 AEG. Charles, Fun Button Friday.
KR4 AEG. Good morning to the crew, everybody on the net. I have a battery-operated weather radio with the crane handle. No weather station, just a radio. KR4 AEG. Back to net.
All right. Have a great weekend, and the third-party doggy stuff comes. Sounded good. Have a great weekend. Dave?
Well, good morning. Call on me. You cut out there at the end, but I think you call on me. NW3 here. Hope everybody's having a good day. Yes, I do have a weather station, and in addition to the usual batch of sensors, it has a bunch of remote sensors you could put around to monitor various things. And I've got the remote sensors in the refrigerators and freezer and up under the house, so if the temperature drops below a preset point, it'll send me an email. So if I know I left the freezer door open, it'll remind me. 7-3s, everybody have a good weekend. We'll catch you Monday, NW3U.
Well, David, sorry, I didn't mean to cut out on you there. That happened. Try to keep that to a minimum. Have a great weekend, sir. Let's go to Kevin in Bowling Green, Ohio, KF8 DJQ. Kevin, what say you?
Good morning, Jeff. Good morning, Vicki. Everybody on the net this morning. That would be a no. No weather station here. Have a good weekend. KF8 DJQ. Back to net.
Yeah, there's so many weather choices out there nowadays. It's kind of like music services. You know, we don't need to buy music anymore either. It's just plentiful anywhere you go. Have a great weekend. Charles in Bethel, C1WZP. Charles, good morning.
Good morning, everybody on the net. I do have a weather station. It may be super basic, but it does the job. It is currently about 3 degrees here in western Maine, so a little chilly, but the sun's out, so hopefully it'll warm up just nicely. Back to net, KC1WZP.
All right, Charles, have a great weekend. Boy, we're filling up in the Zoom room. Good to see. Ryan in Orlando, Florida, NY20. Ryan, good morning.
Morning. This is Ryan, NY20, Orlando, Florida. I do not have a weather station at the moment. I'd be interested in buying one just to set up with some of my home automation stuff. But I have no shortage of weather info. I downloaded that PWS app that someone mentioned earlier, and looks like there's a lot of stations near me. And I live less than 10 miles from a major airport, so I've got that. And a lot of weather-interested folks in my radio club, so I have no shortage of weather info, but I don't have a personal station at the moment. NY20, back to net control.
All righty, Ryan. Sounds good. To you and yours, have a phenomenal weekend. Leo in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, K4ITA.
Good morning, Jeff. Vicky. Good morning. Hope you can hear me well. I'm coming through DMR this morning. I'm before Motino connected. And beautiful weather in Fort Lauderdale, 79 degrees, sunshine. And no, I don't have a weather station. I'm a bit lazy, so I rely on the weather channel on my phone and sometimes watching TV. Everybody, great day, great weekend. This is K4ITA.
Leo, always good hearing you in the morning. You have a great weekend, sir. Daryl in Concord, New Hampshire, WB1 DXN. Daryl, over to you.
Good morning, Vicki and Jeff and the rest of the morning crew. My answer is no. A long time ago I thought about it when Weather Underground was pretty good, and I don't know if they even exist now through all the sales of the system and whatever like that. But so they're pretty pricey for a good one, and so I don't know. But if I ever want to, I look at my application on the my little device, and unfortunately I looked this morning and it's 6 degrees, minus 14 Celsius. You made me do it. Oh, well, I'll survive it somehow. Everybody have a safe weekend and all. Have a great day. Yeah, keep an eye on what's going on around you. Always be aware of your surroundings. And look ahead, think ahead, plan ahead, and have it. WB1DXN.
All righty, Daryl. Words of wisdom to live by. You have a phenomenal weekend. Let's see. Let's go to Jack in Rochester, Michigan. KF8, Detroit, Rock City. Jack, about that weather station, my man.
Good morning, Jeff. Good morning, everyone. I have two. One in the kitchen, one in my bedroom. And that's all I have for you, Jeff. Have a good weekend. KF8, Detroit, Rock City.
Good hearing you, Jack, as always. And to wrap up the net, it's going to be you, Mark, in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Put up on the net for us, would you? W5 MHG, you and Gracie. Good morning.
My goodness, the W5MHG. Gracie says, bow wow, yippee-yi-yay with 22 degrees in the backyard. Ambient weather station is the one we have, and she uses her tail. Hey, happy weekend, everyone. Thank you for putting on the show. Jeff and Vicky and all those involved. W5MHG, everybody say it together. We love that text line, 73.
All right, Mark, and you know the drill. Give Gracie a little piece of cheese for me. I've never met a dog that doesn't like cheese. Have a great weekend, my man. Good talking to you again. That wraps up this edition of the Morning Brew Frigid Fun Button Friday here across the USA. And on behalf of Dick, Vicky, everyone else in the Zoom room this morning, we've got a good turnout this morning. Again, go to our website at eastcoastreflect.com. So the icon on the button says join the Zoom room. And join there and say good morning. The second cup is coming up. Dick will put about 20 seconds of silence in there for stations that need to connect and disconnect. Everybody, KE0GK, please.
Morning, everybody. Wow. Let's slow down a little bit. What a fast pace we had this morning. Morning again. This is Dick WB2GPQ. There we go. A lot of people in the Zoom. Join us this morning. Please just stay muted. Good morning to everybody in there. A couple of new faces. And a couple old faces. Slow down a little bit this morning for the second cup. Find out what's on your mind this morning. But you ask us questions if you got any. There was a patient that was wondering about, I think it was D-Star before. Maybe he'll come in and maybe he's got his problem worked out. Got Bob coming in via the text line with Jay from Orlando, KM4MCO. He's populating here, looking for some mobiles. Who do I have at the 9 o'clock hour that's on the road? Mobiles only. Want to come in and say good morning to us and have a little fun for the next hour. This is Dick WB2JPQ. Mobiles only.
Victor Alpha 3, Charlie Romeo Foxtrot, pedestrian mobile. Good morning, Dick.
This is N3LLY. I am in the mobile. N3LLY.
Morning to Glenn in Glen Burnie, Maryland, N3LLY. And Bern, I'm surprised you're still out in this cold. VA3CRF.
You were kind of muffled before. I think maybe you had your radio in your coat or something, trying to keep the wind noise, like Jeff was saying. Let me go to you, Vern. Good morning, VA3CRF. What's on your mind today? What do you got going on for this weekend? And good morning again.
Good morning, Nick, and everybody on the second cup here. Thanks for picking me up. Yep, just out for a walk. I'll be back at the house soon, so I'll probably be one and done, but I do appreciate you picking me up. Yeah, it's definitely a cool one here this morning. It's probably warmer than when I stepped out. When I stepped out, it was basically 10 degrees. And, Dick, I gotta say, I thought, did I miss the memo this morning? I waited for half an hour for a radio check-in. You guys had so many texts. What a busy morning on the Morning Brew. Anyway, this weekend we have our church Christmas party. The wife is cooking up one of the turkeys for that. I think they're going to have a total of like 10 or 12 turkeys. It'll be a big group. So we're looking forward to that. And, Dick, I hope that you and everyone who's listening has a wonderful weekend. Always appreciate the East Coast Reflector, all that you guys do. What a wonderful team. Thank you. VA3CRF.
Well, Vern, it's people like you that makes it all possible. And yes, Vicki just said in the Zoom, and we had people over 45 minutes in queue this morning, which is very unusual. And I was trying to move along, and so was Jeff and Sal. We were moving as fast as we could, but we still had people in queue for over 45 minutes. So we do our best. Thanks, Vern. Stay warm. Glenn and Glen Burnie. Got to get Glenn and Glen Burnie. One's got two ends and one's got one end. N3LL1. Excuse me. Good morning.
Yeah, pretty neat. Well, good morning again, Dick. Not much above freezing here. I think we're still in the upper 20s. We're actually getting snow. Fortunately, it's a light, sluggy stuff, so. And I had to take my wife to physical therapy. She's got a knee problem. Seemed to be okay until the cold weather came in. And just for the record, I did try to check into the Zoom room. I had video. My camera was on, but for some reason I could not get my phone to hear the net as it was going on. So I'll figure that out sooner or later. Anyway, I hope everybody has a great weekend. Stay warm from N3LLY. Back to you, Dick.
Yeah, I was just upstairs get my second cup of coffee, and it looks beautiful. But I think it's up to whole 10 degrees here, something like that. We're having a heat wave. Beautiful morning on snow. All right, thank you, sir. Let me go up to Bob. You've been in queue here for a few minutes. KQ8U. Good morning, Bob. What you got going? No car shows this weekend.
Morning, Dick, Vicki, and the second cup. Yeah, no car shows today, but I do have to meet with a guy, and he'll drop off some parts. I got to give him some parts for one of the cars, and it's 12 degrees now, so it's already getting warmer, so now let's go up to and not be freezing out there, and try to stay in the house. Everybody have a good day. Thank you. Back to that.
Thank you, Bob. Thanks for being there. You're always first on the text line, I think, for the second cup. Jay was second this morning. Good morning, Jay. K1MCO. Again.
Roger, Dick. Good morning to you again, and good morning to everybody on the second cup. This is K1MCO. Interesting morning so far. It's been great. Weather is fantastic. Step outside this morning on the ramp, and really nice and cool morning here. Blue skies. Beautiful morning here in Florida. For this upcoming weekend, what I have? Let me see. I got a few activations on Parks on the Air. Working to get 100 activations on the local park that I go pretty much all the time. So that's my main goal. Then on Sunday, we heading with the family to Winter Haven. And then back to the grind on Tuesday. So that's the plans for this weekend, Dick. Appreciate that you picking me up on the second cup. This is K1MCO in Orlando, 7-3.
Thank you, Jay. Looks like our IRLP dropped out. I wonder if we're checking on it. I got a report of it in an email a few minutes ago as well. We're working on it. Let me go to Dave, Ypsilanti, Michigan. Good morning, Dave. WB8ODF.
Good morning, Dick and Vicky doing the logs and everyone in the Zoom. This is Dave, WB8ODF. I'm in Ypsilanti, Michigan, 30 miles due west of Detroit. And what's on my mind, it's beautiful here. Nothing but sunshine, and it is 5 degrees Fahrenheit. I have to do food shopping. I do not like shopping, so that's what's on my mind. I've got to do it, got to get my butt up and get out there and go do it. So thanks for doing the second cup, Dick, and sorry I missed you on Tuesday night's net. My son showed up, and it was just before net time, and he stayed till after net time. So this is Dave, WB8ODF.
This morning, man, oh man, we had a half on the morning brew. It was just a very, very fast pace. Good morning, everybody. Call signs twice.
Victor, Tango, number, Victor, Echo 3, Tango, number, surrender, and then.
Whiskey Zulu Papa, Kilo Charlie 1, Whiskey. Kilo Bravo 8, Papa Lima Victor, 88, CLV, Chris.
Kilo Foxtrot 8, Bravo Golf Foxtrot. Kilo Foxtrot 8, Bravo Golf Foxtrot. In and out.
CMT.
2E0 LRV. That's 2 Echo 0 Lima Radio Victor.
Well, we'll work with that list. Good afternoon, Les. I think it's afternoon, 2E0LRV. Nice to hear you on here. Heard you on the morning brew. Mike in DeBerry, Florida, we got you. Lincoln Park, Michigan. KF8BGF was in and out this morning. You got a minute to just say good morning? I don't know if you're on the road or you're in and out, but do you have a second to come in and say hello?
Kilo Foxtrot 8, Bravo Golf Foxtrot. Sure. Hello. I don't really have much to say. I just got a day off, finally able to check into the second cup, so I'm happy to do that, and hope everybody has a good day.
Well, thanks for stopping by. We don't know what to say either. We just go here from minute to minute. Jacob, looks like you're new to the system. Chesterfield, KC1WZP, we'll get to you in a minute. And Tim was up first this morning. Tim, Windsor, Ontario, nice to hear you this morning. VE3TGN. What's on your mind? What do you got going on today, Tim? Are you still with me? VE3TGN? If not, it's unusual that Tim doesn't come back, but maybe he was in and out this morning. How about Charles, KC1WZ?
Looks like your first time on the second cup, but Charles, welcome.
First time on the second cup. I do have a quick question, if you guys would allow. I've recently just built the All-Star node. It's my first node ever built, and I noticed this morning trying to hop on to the Morning Brew that I had to kind of hop around to find a node that would work. So I'm wondering if there's like a limit on how many people can connect to one node at a time. Not really sure, kind of still.
We don't have any reported trouble that I'm aware of this morning, Charles. 27339 is our heaviest loaded in the Wilmington data center. So 45225 is usually a good one to skedaddle to. 45225, it isn't loaded as heavy. Is that, I didn't even know where you're coming in from. Is that how you're connected now?
I tried the 2331 earlier. That one didn't work. I tried the other east of Mississippi node, and that one I had trouble getting onto as well. I ended up being able to hop on the 45225, which connected with no issue. So I wasn't sure if they were just really loaded or just something on my end.
I think it's on your end. Are you on a Shark by an M1KE by any chance?
If you are referring to my node, I have a Shari Pi Hat.
Right, thanks. Somebody hung up on Echolink. Happens a lot on Echolink. To our Echolink users, that spacebar can get you in a lot of trouble for your push to talk. You can redefine that. I can't tell you just how, but you can redefine that spacebar to something else, to a smaller key. That spacebar gets a lot of people in trouble. Set a book or magazine or microphone on that spacebar and you're keyed up. Thanks, Charles. We don't have any reported trouble, like I said, but we have noticed some problems with the Shark RF. You got to wait like 5 minutes when you switch modes. We were talking about that last night and asked the Elmer being Elmer. Thanks for being with us and first time in here. Also, Jacob's coming up. He's first time WB1PLV. Good morning to you. First time you're new to the system as well. Good morning. B1PLV. Are you still with me, Jacob?
I'm wondering if that was me, KBA-CLV Chris in Novi, Michigan.
Oh, morning, Chris. Well, we had a 1 in place of the 8. Good morning, Chris. How you doing?
Good morning, Dick, Vicki, and everyone on the net. It is a good day here in southeastern Michigan. Bright sun, cold weather, squirrels are busy. I'm changing out the snowblower in the garage for winter season. I did have one quick question about protocol etiquette. Sometimes when you get missed on the morning brew, check-in, and I heard Jeff do this a couple of times where you might come back to someone that didn't come back right away because of either equipment or repeater failure. Is that a good practice to be able to check back in later in the call list because you accidentally got missed for some reason? Thanks for your help and all your advice. This is KBA-CLV, back to net.
There are some reported problems on the GM repeater in Detroit. Sometimes you will hear locally and it doesn't come down line. So we're aware of it. We've told the people about it, and nothing, I
I guess nothing has been resolved. We don't know it, of course. You guys on the repeater hear that we're not acknowledging people, but we're not hearing them, so we are aware of it. Thanks, Chris. Let me go to Mike, DeBerry, Florida. Good morning, K2CMT. What you got going, Mike?
Morning, Dick and Vicky. I'm going off to the golf links today. My buddy from Iowa came in, and it's time to get down to some serious golfing again. I've been laid off here on it with video HFing for the last 3 months, so I got to sort of diversify. Everyone have a great weekend coming up. This is K2CMT in Tiberi, Florida.
Thanks, Mike. Good afternoon to Les, 2E0LRV. What do you got going, Les?
I'm sitting here pulling my hair out. Yeah, I bought a new 3D printer, and one of the features that it had, I've had it about 3 weeks now. One of the features, it does time-lapse pictures of the prints, which is phenomenal. It's great for sharing. You know, you say to somebody, oh, I've done a boat for my grandson. Oh, come have a look at that. And this time-lapse thing is about 15 seconds long of it printing the thing, and it's fascinating to watch. Anyway, cut a long story short, last night I had a message on the thing to say there's a new version of the software available. So I uploaded it and then downloaded it onto the computer and all the rest of it. And I've done some printing this morning. I've done some Christmas trees and some Christmas decorations. And I can't find the time-lapse pictures. I know they're in the system. I've been through every screen, multiple, pulling my hair out. There's no help button, which doesn't... It's a Creality machine from China. So I've just at this precise moment, I am just reinstalling the old version of the software. Finish. So hopefully I can access the 3D prints that I've done already today, so I can save them and show them off. It's doing my head in. I hate software things. I'd love to meet a software developer in a dark alley on a cold, wet night, and I would explain to him the error of his ways. Mind you, having said that, in my working career, I've said the same thing about designers. Being an engineer, you know, people design things that it's impossible to fix without destroying it. Oh dear. How can I put it? Engineers learn their trade with their hands, and designers come from universities with no real life experience. I remember years ago going to a machine tool company when I was in precision engineering, and they just got one of these, the latest, I mean I'm going back 50 years now, and they got one of the latest numerically controlled machines, and this guy with spectacles on came down and programmed this thing, and they put a great big steel block in it, and this machine was loaded up with lots of different tools, and the first one was to drill a hole. So it positioned it, moved the tool over to where it wanted to drill the hole, moved the workpiece, and the drill went down, and it was all the amount of force on the drill is regulated, and the time it takes to drill the hole is done, and all the rest of it, you know. And when the drill reached the bottom of the hole, it moved because the guy had forgotten to program in the amount of time it took for the drill to come back out of the hole. He just thought, oh, it's drilled the bottom of the hole, that's it, on to the next job. So it snapped the drill off, and they were faffing about with this thing trying to stop it, and he broke 3 more drills before they managed to bring it to a standstill, and this guy got a very red face and disappeared back into the office. There we go. So yes, experience over education works every single time. Trust the old guy that knows what he's doing. What was the other one? There was an old guy who went to a place up in Sheffield where they're making steel rolls, and they used to heat these great big steel rolls up to a certain temperature. They had to be just the right temperature, and then they were dropped into a quench. And there was an old guy, he was 85, 90 if he was a day, sat on an upturned oil drum, and there was a little spy hole, and he used to reach across it with a stick and lever the flap out of the way, spit through the fly hole onto the piece of metal, and then he'd say, it takes about another 4 Woodbines. And he'd smoke 4 more of these Woodbine cigarettes, and when he came out, everything was perfect.
I think we're back. I think you timed out last time, started to time the system out here. Thanks for being there. Have a great day with what's left of it there. And we do have a problem. Our IRLP appears to be down, so we're getting text messages and calls and so forth. We're working on it, though you can't hear us, but if you have both or if you're on radio reference, we're aware of the IRLP issues. Let me go to Perry in Leesburg, Florida. Good morning, Perry, K4PJM. Via the text line, what's on your mind this morning, Perry? This is Dick, WB2JPQ.
Good morning, Dick and Vicky and everybody on the second cup. Oh, just a late start to the day. I should have made this morning, but I don't know what the problem was. Maybe just a little too dark out. Couldn't get my eyes opened up and make the first 1 cup this morning. Sorry about that. Like doing that every day. Today, I guess it's on the let's go where we could get out there and trim some shrubs and clean up the yard a little bit so I can justify going to a small ham fest up in Ocala tomorrow and see if there's something there that I absolutely cannot live without. So I'm going to be on the hunt for that tomorrow. Other than that, just look and enjoy a good weekend. Hope everybody has one. This is K4PJM. Thanks for doing the net.
Thanks, Barry. We just commented in the Zoom room. They did some work on a Leesburg repeater, and it really seems to be working so much better. It was a desense problem. They fixed it up a couple weeks ago, and thanks to the people, the club there, to get that taken care of. Thanks to Joe for getting them on it, so they did get it fixed. Leo in Fort Lauderdale. Good morning. K4ITA.
I hope you can hear me well. Good morning. I'm coming through Echolink through the J4LDA repeater. Thank you, Eric, for the use of the repeater. And beautiful day today, Dick. And I say myself also to Vicky. Nice to be in the second cup. Very nice and relaxing net. I love it. I want to say to Lars that I love his English. It reminds me of my English teacher when I was going to English school 50 years ago. And 50 years ago I was going to English school and the teacher was talking just like that. And well, today I'm just trying to put up my 160 meter antenna. There's going to be a nice contest, CWARR contest this weekend. I hope to be able to put the antenna up. It's a bit difficult, but well, I will do it. Okay, very nice to hear you. Have a great weekend. K4ITA, talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
Well, contest. Good luck getting your antenna up. Not antenna weather in western New York, I'll tell you that, Leo. It's cold and chilly here this morning. Let's take some new stations. Get a little bit of activity going here. Like I said, IRLP seems to be down this morning. We're working on that. Anybody anywhere? We got 400 plus All-Star connections, though. Call signs twice and slowly. This is Dick, WB2JPQ at the second cup.
M6QDY, M6QDY.
got you, David, N6QDY, and we got P1YMYNB via the text line. There was a station that was coming in on the YSF bridge, the 4444. That station only, please.
4, Alpha Papa X-ray, W4 PPX.
Good morning, Don. Must be Hollywood. I didn't look. I guess Hollywood's up. Maybe Motorola's down. We got you, W4 PPX. Anybody else? Get out. Fun with us.
K8BAC.
K8BAC.
KF8FCR in Michigan.
All right. Boy, they're coming slow this morning. We couldn't slow it down on the morning brew, and this is slow. Good morning to KF8SDR or something. Let me get a correction on that. What is the KF8SDR, something like that? Only, please.
F8.
Sounds like you might have a battery problem. You're in and out. See what you can do, and I'll come back to you. Good morning to you, Al. K8BAC. Let me go up to David in Sacramento, California. He's first on the list here. N6QDY. Good early morning, David. What's on your mind?
Hey, hello, Dick, Vicky, the second cup, everybody in the Zoom room, N6QDY. Well, we're looking forward to heading to the end of the month. Wife and I have always wanted to check out Disney World. And at our age, our pace, Joe recommended Epcot, so I said, okay, cool. So we got all that set up. We'll be there for a short few days. It's not going to be long at all. So we're looking forward to that. And maybe if Joe has time, we'll hook up with him. I think we're going to see Jay. I've been keeping in touch with Jay, so we might hook up with him. So that's the plan when we get there. And then Jay gave me some repeaters. Let me break. Jay gave me some repeaters to check into, including the ECR, so we'll do that when we get there. And any other, thing, tips and stuff, places you want me to check out, always open to that kind of stuff. Never been there before, so it's going to be kind of neat for us. It'll be sort of a recon mission for my kids to let them know a little bit of what we saw, so. Anyways, that's about it there. And it's something that I just realized I didn't know. I noticed it, and I'm going, wow, that's pretty cool. On that spectrum analyzer, that audio spectrum analyzer, I was looking at the indicators on the side, and then I saw, I don't know why I didn't think about this, but the audio levels, like neg 20 and all that kind of stuff. And I went, oh, I wonder if I threw I wouldn't do it, of course, but I wonder if I threw a Tim's on there and bridged it and threw a 1K hertz tone, if it would, and threw a neg 20 out there at 1 kilohertz, if it would actually be pretty close. So anyways, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that at all, but it's just that I was thinking about. And finally, gotta get the outdoor Christmas stuff done for the grandkids, so we'll be getting that all lit up hopefully today. Today's my Saturday, so anyways, Dick, good to hear from you. We'll return it back to you. Thanks for doing what you do. N6QDY.
David? Sounds like you got a nice trip planned. And I bypassed Michelle, KC1YNB. Looks like you're new to the system and new to the net. Good morning, Michelle from Springfield, Massachusetts, KC1YNB. Good morning.
KC1YMD. Kilo Charlie 1 Yankee November Bravo. Good morning. Yes, I am new. I was newly licensed, and I've actually been for 2 years.
Michelle, you dropped out after you said you've been licensed for 2 years. Was there any more? You must be dropping out of, you're on Echo Link, you must be dropping out a little bit. But nice to hear you, Michelle, and good to hear you on the East Coast Reflector. Go ahead.
KC1YMD. No, I am newly licensed. However, I have been listening to the East Coast Reflector in the Morning Brew for at least 2 years.
Great. Yeah, Vicki just said looks like a couple of weeks you've been licensed. Well, welcome anyway. And don't hesitate to get on here. You don't need a net to get on here. Get on here and talk and make your great friendly bunch. So, good morning to you. Let me move on to Don down in Hollywood, W4PPX. Good morning, Don.
Dick, Vicky, everybody on the second cup. Nothing much going on down here. I think the Memorial repeater is not connected, and the Motorola repeater doesn't seem to be connected, so reverted back to my Yaesu going through open spot 2 to link in, but it seems like it's working okay. Hope everybody up there has a good time, good day, nice and warm down here. W4PPX, back to you, Dick.
Joe's working on that right now. Thanks for letting us know. Apparently the alarm got turned off on that repeater, and we did not get an alarm that it was offline. But Joe's working on it. It's probably back on by now. Good morning, Al. K8BAC. Sorry about this morning. We had over a 45-minute wait on our text check-ins this morning. We just couldn't get to you in time. Good morning, Al.
Hey, good morning, Dick. First of all, does this radio sound all right? I just programmed it.
That was excellent.
Well, that's why you didn't hear me this morning. I was talking, but when I programmed it, it automatically defaulted to duplex, so I don't know who I was talking to, but it sure wasn't you. So I'm just making sure it's okay now. Apparently it is, but yeah, no, that was all on my end. And all of a sudden I heard you say that you couldn't get me. But yeah, I hope everybody's having a great day. Just wanted to make sure this thing's working, and it's going to be good to be back tomorrow morning for the 40 meter net. I'm looking forward to it, and now that I got some stuff out of the way, I can settle in, and then in a couple more weeks, I got a wedding I got to go to up north. So I'll probably be absent again, but that's all right. We get through that, and then from that point forward, we're here for a while. So everybody have a great day. Back to you, Dick. KBAC.
Italy, Foxtrot, Charlie. Good morning. I am Mr. Luigi. I am Cambria. Okay, my friend? My station, mobile, tracker driver, on the road, Italia Centrale, over. My friend, do you copy?
If you're KF8 FDR, I do copy you. I'm looking for William. in South Haven, Michigan. Is this William?
And repeat again, my call, Italy W8 Foxtrot Charlie Radio, okay? My name is Luigi Cambria, Charlie Alpha Mike Bravo Romeo India Alpha. My friend, my station mobile tracker drive on the road, Bologna Firenze, on the road Alpha 1, direction South Italy, Naples. Okay, my friend? You call Michigan?
To Naples, Italy, but we missed your call. Could we get your call sign, please? The Italy station, could we get your call sign for our logbook, please?
Okay, my friend, my call sign, Italy W8 Foxtrot Charlie Radio. Italy W8 Foxtrot Charlie Radio. My name is Luigi. I am Mr. Cambria. Charlie Alpha Mike Bravo Romeo India Alpha. Roger?
We got it. IW8FCR. We got you. Thank you for being there this morning. Let me go up and see if William is still with us from South Haven, Michigan. It looks like you were first time checking KF8FDR. William, are you still with me? Well, I see you coming in through the General Motors repeater.
My station mobile tracker driver, okay? Direction on the road Alpha 1, Italy, Naples. Roger?
We got you mobile. We got you checked in mobile. You have a nice day. Thank you for being there. And William, you're not making the GM repeater. You're keying it up, but that's all. So you're noisy into it. Let me go to Mark in Elma, New York. Get back on track here a little bit. KE2ED. Yes. Good morning again, Mark.
Good morning again, Dick, Sal, and everyone else in the Zoom room and on the net. Not much planned here for today. Actually, I got the two boys downstairs running my wife a little ragged, but they seem to be full of a little extra energy. We stopped off at the store, looked at Christmas trees, picked up a flower for their great-grandmother and gave it to her. She cried a little bit. So we're having a good day. Other than that, everyone, wishing everyone a great weekend. Hope to see everyone tonight on the Usenet, KE2EDS. Back to the net.
As Carlos and Sal said before, the Usenet, 8 o'clock. Everybody come join us. And I wanted to mention there, Al mentioned the 40 meter net tomorrow, 7245 at 9 o'clock. 7245. So, a lot of fun. Come join us. We have, via the text line, KJ5LJJ, new to the second cup. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, crew. Good morning, second cup. Got a late start this morning. I didn't get a chance to check in on the first cup. But nevertheless, I did make it. trying to stay dry and warm here in Slidell. That's about all I got on mind this morning. Back to you, Nick Control. JJ5, LJJ.
Well, thanks for being here. You said you're new to the, but you're not. The 3 in front, it didn't pop up. It just unusual that it popped up after I clicked on your call sign. So, well, you have a nice day. Thanks for being here. Let me see if Sal, see if he can take it. Sal, I think we got that repeater back. Why don't you see if you can take a few check-ins here for us this morning? Over to you, Sal. There'll be 2 SAL. Sal's new to the group. He's going to co-host, or is co-hosting, the youth net with Carlos. So Sal's on board with us, and we're happy about that. And they're going to try to really promote the youth net, which they have been doing. So onward and upward. Good morning again, Sal.
Good morning, Dick, and the rest of the crew out there, and all those listeners. Let's see. I think we've got Milton, WP4 Victor Whiskey. Are you out there? And what's on your mind this morning? Go ahead. Papa 4 Victor Whiskey. Are you out there?
Alrighty, let me know if you can hear me. This is WP4VW. What is on my mind? Oh my Lord. First is Friday. And secondly, that I am getting to explore a little bit about the All-Star 3 with some of the hiccups. And that if there's going to be anyone on 14.317, my HF radio is on. And everybody happy holidays. WP4VW. Adios.
Milton, thanks for checking in, and yeah, we know we had a couple issues this morning here, and I think we're getting them ironed out. Our man in the trenches, Joe, is taking care of stuff. Let's go see if Mike is out there. Kilo Frank 8, Echo Bravo Victor. Mike, what's on your mind today? Go ahead.
Hey, good morning. Just looking for a little bit of advice. My son is in the Navy and is in Charleston, South Carolina, and on Monday of next week, I'm going to fly down and we're going to drive to San Diego for his new assignment, and I'm going to take an HT, a 10-watt HT, and I've looked at the repeater book mechanism for doing a trip, but that's an awful lot of repeaters to listen. I was going to try to connect to the East Coast Reflector. Maybe I'll do Echolink, but if anybody has any recommendations about operating on a long-distance cross-country trip, love to hear it. Back to you, KFADBB.
Does anyone have any recommendations for Mike as far as setting up a trip with different repeaters? I know that there's a system out there that can go from point A to point B, and they'll log you along the way. A good friend of ours, W2EM, just did it from Buffalo down to Florida, and it does work. So if anyone can help him out, go ahead.
Yeah, I can give him a suggestion.
Hey, what's your suggestion?
Yeah, use that repeater book. You can basically use that repeater book function, and you can program your radio from one side of the country to the other side, and it should have the East Coast Reflector on it too. That's what I would use. That's my suggestion. Have a repeater book do all the legwork, and then all you gotta do is go put it in memory mode, put all the frequencies, and just turn the knob to go to the frequencies, and then talk across country.
book. That's the one I was thinking of, but I wasn't sure. So, Mike, if you can get into it, you can try setting that up and see if that helps you. Go ahead.
Thanks. That's what I was planning on doing. I'll also program in the national calling frequencies. So if I'm in a non-repeater spot, maybe I'll just call CQ or connect to Echolink. But thanks. I wanted to make sure that was the only option. Back to you, KFA-DVB.
Mike, the boss man said also try Echolink. That should help you out as well.
I just saw something too, Q, back before you from India. You always use DB Switch too, or on the iPhone, I can't remember what it's saying, it's for Q or something.
You could also set up Echolink on your phone, and you'll have radio the whole way down. Alpha India 8 Whiskey.
Mike, it sounds like you have about 3 or 4 different options out there to give it a shot. Say hello to my pal Carlos, November 1, Charlie Brown. Tonight's Usenet. You guys are available tonight. Pop in there and let these kids know they're doing a good job. With that, let's see. I got Kilo Q for Union, question mark. Is that Jason in Greensboro, North Carolina? Go ahead.
Kilo South F, Kilo Quebec, 4, Uniform Echo India. Yes, you're correct.
Gotcha, Jason. I understand you were in there for a comment, and I'm trying to learn the system here, and Ms. Becky throws all these call signs up, and I get lost in them, but we'll get through it. All right, let's see if we have any in and outs out there that want to check in. We'll get you in the log.
Whiskey 5, Whiskey Lima Hotel, Whiskey 5, Whiskey Lima Hotel, in and out.
Whiskey 2, Romeo Oscar November.
KJ5, LLL, in and out. ITH.
KF8, DJQ, KF8, DJQ, in and out, please.
Whiskey Delta 8, Papa India Charlie, WD8 PIC.
Any more in and outs out there? Let's go. We only have a few more minutes left.
KF8 ESN, AF8 ESN, in and out.
Quebec, Quebec, November 2 Lima, Quebec, Quebec, in and out.
This is November Juliet 1 Sierra Mobile. NJ1 Sierra Stroke Mobile. Eric in Vermont. Check-in only, in and out.
Kilo Echo 8, use the band.
Alpha Papa, out of New York, in and out.
Let's hold up there. I'll run these numbers and
call signs and we'll see what we've got and who we missed. KE8, Zulu, Juliet. I got November, Juliet, 1 Sierra, Eric, he was mobile in and out. November 2, Lima, Quebec, Quebec. Kilo Frank 8, Echo Sierra, November, Whiskey Delta 8, PIC, KF8, DJQ, KJ5, LLL, W2RON, W5, WLH. Any other in and outs that we missed? Try it again.
November 2, Victor, Lima, Kilo, N2VLK.
Here, 8 Whiskey, Mobile, New Hampshire, in and out.
New Hampshire, I don't have you. Let's try it again. Be up and take it slow and phonetic.
Kilo 7, Romeo, Delta Kilo. Second in, second out.
This is Kilo Juliet 5, Delta Romeo Victor, in and out. Like we picked up November 2, Victor Lima Kilo, Jeff in Lancaster, K2AP, Joe in Eastlip, KK7, RDK, Steve, you look like you're new to the system, and KI5, DRV, Gary in Spring, Texas. Alright, let's see, Dick, I'm going to turn it over to you at this point, and you can take it from there. W2SAL will be clear and turning it over to WB2 JPQ. Alright, hey, good job first or second time out of the box. It's not easy to jump in here with both feet and give you credit for that. We see you and Carlos tonight on the youth at 8 o'clock. Got a couple minutes left. I didn't give Vicki a chance to get in here either this morning, but let's see if we got anybody that wants to take up the last couple of minutes here. Anybody wants to get in here and chit-chat for a minute? Call signs twice. This is Dick, WB to JPQ.
Whiskey 2, Romeo, Oscar, November. Whiskey 2, Romeo, Oscar, November. India, Whiskey, Mobile. Indy, New Hampshire, in and out.
Chris, we had AIEW Mobile. We had somewhere in there. We had you. I guess you had called in and out before. Chris from Allen Park, Michigan. We got you. And I guess last on the list today we'll end up with Ron in Milton, Vermont. W2RON. Good morning to you, Ron. Heard you on the system, I guess, yesterday or the day before. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you very much for taking my call. My name is Ron, and as you have it correct, in Milton, Vermont. I have no traffic, but I just want to experience coming into the net. I had a big confusion here for a while. I was tuning in, and I had two things in my favorites. One had an L on the end, and one had an R on the end. And I couldn't understand. I was hearing a net on here, and I thought I was in the L link, the link instead of the repeater. I finally noticed the
R being there instead of the L, so I was really confused about what was going on. I didn't even know that there was a repeater connected. That we'll have to remember it and come back more often and check in. We thank you for picking us up. We're working off a TalkPod network radio, so I'm hoping it sounds okay. I'll have to back off. Maybe it's still a little too loud. I don't know. Well, maybe not. Maybe you can tell me. Anyway, thank you very much. Best wishes to you and yours. And if I don't talk before, have a happy holiday, Merry Christmas, etc. And we'll be listening out here. So thank you very much. W2 RON, Ron in Milton, Vermont. Over.
Hey, Ron. Well, you sound fine. I see you're coming in through N1 YKT repeater in Kentucky, but you sound fine. Well, that'll do it for us. Wow, we had a crazy, wild morning. Thanks to you, Vicky. We'll get out of here for a little while. K8VKY and Sal, W2SAL, and Jeff was in here, of course, and like I said, it was a wild ride this morning. We had IRLP went down, one thing after another, but we got through it. So have a good weekend, everybody. Don't forget the Youth Net tonight at 8 o'clock. This is Dick, WB2JPQ.